Hi, this is Steve, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about Udimi. Now, if you've never heard of Udimi before, they're a company that bring together thousands of solo ad providers who you can choose from to send traffic to your own lead capture page for your business opportunities or any service that you're providing, basically to build your mailing list. Now, you can get an account with Udimi for free. If you're not already a member, you'll find a link in the description down below. So just create a free account, and then once you do that and log in, you'll see your dashboard a little bit like this. Now, I'm not going to go into every nuance of Udimi here, otherwise this video would be very, very long indeed. But there's only really a couple of key things that you need to know. And those are the two links at the top of the page here where you see find sellers and solo deals. Now, essentially, every solo provider that is on the platform here, you'll find them under this solo deals tab. So if you've used a solo provider in Udimi before, they would be listed here, and you could search for them by name, and that's the main purpose of this tab here. So you could go in here and literally search for anybody and find them by name, etc. If somebody had told you, look, this is a good provider, you could come here and go into the solo deal tab like this. So that's one thing that I just wanted to point out before we got started. Now, this Find Sellers tab at the top of the page is probably the best and most powerful feature here in Udimi for searching out the person who's going to give you the best results. Now, of course, nobody knows how good the traffic is going to be from any seller, so the idea is to usually do a small sample to start with and see how you get on, and then maybe go back and buy more traffic from a particular vendor if you find somebody who's getting great results for your particular offer. So at the top of this page, you'll see we've got these fields that we can modify. So price maximum means we're prepared to pay a maximum of $2 per click. Now, you can change this, of course, to any figure that you like. I tend to leave it on that $2 figure, but if we change it to $1, what this will do is it will only show us people here below that I've got a maximum price of $1 per click. As I say, I do tend to leave this fully at the $2 mark, simply because it allows me then to scroll through the page, although I'm probably unlikely to be paying $2 a click, unless I was promoting maybe a financial services product or something like that where I'd expect to pay much more. Now, in the niche box here, all niches, if we click on this box, you'll see there's a little drop down. You can obviously choose from any niche here if you've got something particular. For my needs, I'd look at this list and I'd be thinking to myself, well, obviously, if you're promoting a health product, you'd want to niche that down to health. But if you're just general biz op, I would leave it in all niches here. If you're promoting a crypto product, you'd obviously choose crypto here to niche that down a little bit. But for 99% of people who are just list building for business opportunities, this all niches is absolutely fine. Next, we look at rating. Here, 0+ ratings. What is a rating? Well, if we look down this page that we're on, not taking any attention to the particular people here, you can see this person has got a rating of 1,967 likes, essentially against 6 dislikes. So of the orders this person has delivered, 1,967 have given it a big old thumbs up, and just 6 have not given it a thumbs up. So that's what rating is in this top box here. If we look at it, how many ratings? So here you can see 500+. Obviously, that's going to filter this list substantially. 10+. I tend to look for people who have reasonable ratings, so I'll be going maybe for 100+ ratings to give me some guidance on this. And you saw that list then immediately change, and it's now filtering by people who've got a rating of 100+ or more. Here we see 673 at the top. Next, we come to the got sales box. What this means is that the sellers who've only generated sales for customers on the 100 latest solos. So in other words, for the last 100 solo emails that this particular provider sent out, they got sales what percentage of the time. and we can change this. So let's say that 50% of the time. So now what we're looking at is people who on their last 100 delivered orders for people like you and me, customers who are placing orders for solo ads to our capture form, half of the time, 50% of the time, they got a sale for their customers. Next comes repeat orders. This means how many of the customers that went to a specific seller bought again. So, for example, if I happen to use this seller here, Gabe, and I got a good result with the traffic from Gabe, I'd probably place another order, so that would be counted as a repeat order. And we can do that by percentage. So what percentage of the people who placed an order with this specific seller, whoever it might be, placed an order more than once? So we might say, well, look, 30% of them. So now we're saying of the people who got sales, 30%, about 1 in 3, actually went back to that seller and bought more because they were happy with the traffic. And finally here we get the ability to sort on price, low to high or high to low. So that gives us those features that we see. Now what we're now looking at is everybody who matches this criteria here. So maximum price we're prepared to pay is $2. We're saying all niches, we want a rating of 100 plus, they got sales, they've had repeat orders to a rate of 30%, and we're looking at this in price order. So here we see a person right at the top, and please understand that what I'm showing you here with these particular sellers are not recommendations from me. It's just what's come up in the search results. So by all means, you're welcome to do the same searching. You're welcome to test any of these solo providers that you're seeing here, but don't take this as gospel. I haven't tested these people myself personally, or certainly you can't rely on the fact that I may or may not have done, because that's not the purpose of this video. So here you might scroll through here and you can see there's very few people actually matching this very tight criteria that I've set here. And what we've also got here is, you might notice at the bottom that there's another seller here who matches the search, but they've not logged in for more than 7 days. So they're more expensive anyway, but they've not logged in, which might mean they're less reliable. And obviously reliability is really important. So based on this criteria here, I can see that this gentleman, Igor Varoshik, I hope I'm sure I haven't pronounced the name right, but this person seems to fit the bill. So now let's just look at what we might do if we wanted to place an order with this person. What we would do is we would click this link here on the name, and this allows us to find a little bit more information about the order. We can find out this person's been a member for 7 years. They're actually online 38 minutes ago. They're from Croatia. You can see they've got 978 thumbs up and 1 basically thumbs down. They've got a rating here of 79%. So this is a very high rating. The higher this number, if you hover over, as you can see, there's information there that goes into some detail of explaining it, but essentially 79% of the people who actually got sales, or actually who reported they either got a sale or they didn't got a sale. 79% of those who reported it one way or another, 79% said they got a sale, but that doesn't mean that 79% of the clicks got a sale. So when you're actually looking at this, make sure you hover over here and read that information you see on the screen there in some detail, let it sink into the little grey cells there, and you'll understand exactly what it means more. And this is the 30% reorder information that we talked about. So this appears to be a very good seller and somebody that you might use. I've actually never used this person, and you can scroll through here and read more information about this particular seller, this particular solo seller. You can click here to buy the solo. You can scroll down the page and buy the solo. So here is that particular solo person's order. You'll see if I click on here, it will take me to that spot on the page. And in here, I can see the details of what I'm ordering. In this case, if I were to press ahead with this, it's 300 clicks for 44 cents per click. And we're going to then supply any other information that we might want. So for example, we might want to only have top tier traffic. So USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. Then if we want to do that, if we want 100% guarantee that's what we're going to get, we need to go an extra 10 cents. So if I click here, you'll see that the price will actually change to 54 cents per click. I generally don't do that, but what I do is actually filter the traffic on my end so that I know what deliverability I'm getting, or sorry, where the sources of that traffic are coming from. I do that with some link tracking software that I'll explain in another video. But generally speaking, don't pay the extra for top tier traffic. I sort it out myself afterwards because I find that tends to be beneficial. You tend to get decent traffic anywhere, or a larger percentage from these big sellers of traffic that's coming from top tier countries anyway. Now what I do is I only use the link. You do have the option to provide ad text that the solo provider would send out. I don't advise that. I think that just overthinks it. And then all we do here is we literally would just put our own link in here. So you can put in any link you want. Obviously, you make sure, this is one of mine, for example, that I've previously used on a solo ad, and your previous ads do appear in here. But you basically paste your link in here, and then check the box to allow the seller to deliver it earlier than scheduled. This particular vendor is saying they're going to deliver it tomorrow. I'm recording this video on the 15th of August, but maybe they'll be able to start that traffic today. If I'm happy for that to happen, I check this box. You can see the price here is $135. There's a $3 service fee. $3 goes to Udimi for them providing this service. So as soon as you're happy with all of that, you click on the checkout, you make your payment, and that traffic will then start for you. Now, when that traffic starts, you'll get tracking of that right here inside Udimi, and you get feedback and communication with the seller here in Udimi. So basically you've got a chat that goes on here inside Udimi where you can actually talk to that seller, and they'll make sure you're getting exactly what you wanted and provide everything you need. It's a great service, and as I say, you can create a free account today. There is a link down in the description here. Hopefully you found this video a useful one, and I'll do another video shortly that talks about how you can track your links when that traffic is going through, so that maybe you can then identify whether it's coming from, for example, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, or anywhere else in the world. So that's it for this one. Hope you found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content, and I'll catch you in the next video.